Good luck.
The Operator is by Bureau 81. I don't always talk about developers, but I think I really should, because they're the people who made it, and in this case, they've made something really good. It shouldn't take too long unless you really want to go through and, explore every option. You can't save scum. I did try that because I made an error. So you will have to, replay it for those. But if that's something you want to do, then yes, obviously that will bump up the runtime, but it's a few hours, and it effectively asks the question, would you like to be like a CIA or FBI kind of intermediary who does all the background work and helps out agents in the field? If that is something you want to do, then this game is kind of for you. But for me, that was the thing. I saw that and I was like, oh, this sounds cool. I've tried to play hacking games and things like that before that have a very similar look, but something just didn't work for me. But this idea of looking at, a bit of video and going, oh, click on this section and see if that matches something in the database of all human beings, or cars or anything like that, and looking deeper into some, notes and things like that, trying to figure out, well, if that was written, what does that mean? And there are things you can miss. I did something where, I was just trying to get through the story, so I didn't look deeper past the few bits that I wanted to do in the prologue, the tutorial bit. But then it actually called me out for it. Afterwards, it was like, well, you didn't find this out, did you, about this guy? I was like, no, I didn't. Oops. One of the downsides to this, and this is something that is quite a common thing from, again, I try not to look at sources, but sometimes you can't avoid it. One of the issues that I have, and a lot of people do, is there's not much choice in a meaningful way. Sometimes it'll come up with an option and you'll click one that kind of sounds like, well, I don't really want to do that. And then the response will be, but you really kind of should. And then there's another option but what if this happens? And you just get hand-waved down. So you end up with the one option that's just look, get on with it. There's a few things like this. I mean, there's a path I didn't go down that I'm aware of where sometimes you'll appear and be stop working with the bad guys. But that's it. There's no actual repercussions. The one thing that, obviously is dependent that I know of, because I messed it up, is a bomb defusal bit. There's an agent out in the field, you've got the manual, you haven't got time to read it all, so it's kind of like that game, Keep Talking or Everybody Dies, whatever it is, the bomb defusal game. You've probably seen various streamers play it, etc. But it's very much like that. You've got a time limit, you've got to make sure you get it. So I'm like, right, tell me this bit of information, try and do this. I got them to cut a wire because I didn't acknowledge or didn't know that specific type of bomb had a different process. I was looking at the generic information, not noticing that it had anything about that. Again, under pressure. So I ended up getting her exploded. And I felt really bad. That's how I know that you can't save scum. Because I was like, no, she can't. No, I don't like this. And I clicked out and I was like, right, continue. Maybe there's a list of load files. And no. So I had to go forward and, it was pointed out. There was stuff in the news, all this kind of stuff. Superiors are like, you got her killed. And I'm like, I know. Stop telling me. I know it happened. These aren't real people. On the other side, this isn't a real situation. I'm not actually doing this. But that's how much it won me over. I was engaged and immersed in this story and this world. And that moment just really got me. But I got through it, and, more conspiracy kind of stuff came out. This big, deep issue, this conspiracy, like I say, that's underneath all of this intelligence agency stuff and the moles and things like that. Typical stuff that you find in these kind of thrillers. It's all there, and it's all so well done. There may not be a lot of choice, like I say. It may feel like it's railroading you through a story that it wants to tell. It's not giving you a broad world to explore and a story that will evolve however you play. It is literally, they want a specific tale, and that's fine. There is still some player agency, how you solve the stuff, whether you ask for help a lot, that's on you. The core story remains. It's just that changes, and that's fine. I do think that this is a really good... It's why I've been very loose with how I've talked about it, because I think it's one of the things to experience yourself. I really don't want to spoil anything at all, and I really think it's worth your time. If you enjoy political thrillers, if you enjoy the feeling of solving mysteries for an intelligence agency, you'll definitely get a kick out of this, and I do hope you do play it. And I'm eager to see what else comes out of Bureau 81. I know they've got another, other games that might be interesting, so I might look at those in the future. That's all I really want to say, so until next time, as always, thank you for watching, take care, and remember to look over your shoulder once in a while.